Welcome back, everybody, to Dark Souls Remastered, where we have just slain Manus, Father of the Abyss, and I want to actually move to an optional boss, which we've seen and talked about before, which is Calamite the Black Dragon. And before we head down to see Calamite, I want to pay a visit to. Actually, I'm not sure if I can do this first, or if I have to go attempt Calamite. Also, I have a lot of souls. I need to go spend those. Usually I spend those. If I beat a boss and before the next episode, I usually spend them. But I've forgotten.
Well, thou's come again. This is a surprise. I suspect thou hast taken a gander at it, but the dark of the abyss, which swallowed poor Artorias, threatens to devour our entire land of Ulasil. It seems that this dire fate is unavoidable, but seduced by a dark serpent or no, they awoke that thing themselves and drove it mad. One's demise is always one's own making. Now, do not mistake my words. I cherish my work. Wood carving is a nuanced art. I would have much to talk about with that blacksmith. In truth, how is the old chap, I wonder? Still hammering away, I should hope. Now, do not mistake.
So lots to unpack here. For one, he mentions a serpent, a dark serpent. This is actually not Kingseeker Frampt, but a second one who's kind of like his brother, Kaith, K-A-A-T-H. Frampt is in the camp of, hey, we should, restore the Age of Fire and kind of stave off the Age of Dark, aka the Age of Humanity. Whereas Kaith is like, hey, we should let the dark in. It's time. And Kaith was actually the one who encouraged the people of Ulasil to begin excavating down. And that's actually where they found Manus. And Manus then unleashed the Abyss and kind of swallowed Ulasil up. And kind of caused a lot of this to happen. Yeah, they, and like Go said, they made their own fate. They could have chosen to not listen to Kaith, but they didn't. They were like, because he's pretty silver-tongued, so he convinced them that it was a great idea, and we saw how that ended up for them. I'm gonna eat a little bit of souls here so that we can. And they only need like 4,000. Oh, well, there you go. There we go. I believe I mentioned this before, but the soft cap, which I'll explain what that means in a second, for stats in Dark Souls is 40. So the soft cap just basically means you get normal returns on like investment into stats up until 40, and then you get significantly diminished returns. What have you to say, my friend? Do you have anything else interesting that I've effectively beaten the DLC?
Oh, for Juniper's sake, put some spring into your step.
For Juniper's sake.
Did you really slay Knight Artorias? I'd heard the Abyss found him first, but even still, that's absolutely treacherous. Yes, magnificently so. Believe it or not, Ulasil has brought the Abyss upon itself, fooled by that toothy serpent. They upturned the grave of primeval man and incited his ornery wrath. What could they have been thinking? But to you and I, it's all ancient history. You have to ask yourself, Does it really matter?
I mean, yes, it does matter. It impacts the future decently. Okay. We've run out of dialogue for him.
So long.
So he basically just confirms that, which is odd that he knows that. Where's my? That Kaith was the one that convinced them to do so. I'm gonna head back this way just for some items. But there's dogs. These dogs are gonna be the death of me at least once, because they are really tough. Because they're so quick. I believe they cause they cause bleed. Okay. The dogs will do a decent amount of damage to me. Oh, that's all I get. Large soul grave warrior. Okay. That's fine. I'm gonna avoid walking in the water as well. The water just makes it... The walking sound effects in this game are so loud outside of like normal, flat, dry earth, I guess. Can I backstab a dog? Is that a thing I can do? No. That's okay, I don't need to. I believe, yep, there's always one more. Come on, lunge at me. Come on. There we go. Would not be surprised. There's just another one lurking around. I believe we got a nice shot at Calamity. Yeah, there he is. So I'm most likely going to die in this first interaction. Just tempering expectations here. I know there's like a slide down the ladder, but I legitimately for the life of me cannot figure it out. Like I'm using an Xbox Series X controller, and cannot for the life of me figure it out. Alright, so this is an instance where I'm most likely just gonna die because may as well snag these. Here comes Calamite. So it's really not a dodgeable thing. I believe, yeah. That's okay. That's normal. So typically what's going to happen in that instance is, unless you have a very good shield, there's not like a specific item or anything, but unless you have a very good shield with good fire resistance, and basically 100% fire resistance, and you have a lot of stamina, you're just gonna die from that. Hold on, I'm gonna sneeze. Alright, I'm back. Whew. Didn't want to spike the microphone with my sneeze. So now, we can enlist some assistance from our old friend, Hawkeye Go.
Tomorrow, is the black dragon posing the duress? Yes, I thought as much. He's called Calamite. Ferocious dragon indeed, even mighty Anna Londa dared not provoke his ire. I see little good coming from this, but thy intent is to persevere to the bitter end. Good, good. What is bravery without a dash of recklessness? I've taken a liking to thee, and I owe thee much for thy service to Artorias. Now, watch, and see how Goth hunts dragons. Yes. A truer shot was never loosed. That bat will be grounded for a good spell. The rest is in thine hands. I await good tidings. Ah, dragon slaying. Knighthood's highest calling.
Alright, so again, more to unpack. If he actually says his name, but the issue is it's hard to really make out what he's saying. He says go, and like he might say golf, he might say go. No idea. It gets kind of muffled in these other sound effects, and I have not listened to basically an isolated version of that, so here we are. But he actually grounded Calamite. He shot through one of his wings, and so now when we go and face Calamite, he'll be on the ground and not be able to fly, and that's a huge benefit for me because I'm a walking two-legged creature who does not have any aerial abilities. Is there a dog that comes from behind? Maybe, but I'm not worried about that yet. Yeah, notice that there's a fog gate there now. I still have to go down that ladder and everything. And another little detail I wanted to point out during that cutscene where Goff stood up and shot Calamite is when he stands up. Notice that there's a lot of little details. Notice how basically dust is coming off. He has not moved in such a long time that literal dust has built up on him and is kind of shaking off as he moves. 2, he didn't catch it before, he's blind. And you actually see him kind of reaching for his bow, unsure where it is. He hasn't touched it in a long time. And 3, notice all the little shavings all over the ground during that cutscene. He's been whittling away for a long time. That's all he's been doing. Just sitting, thinking, and being peaceful. Alright, and Calamite. Where are you, Calamite? There you are. You're unhappy with me, aren't you? Calamite, please. I didn't even touch him. Not even once. It's okay though. The run back is honestly the worst part. Some people think Calamite's a difficult boss. It's a dragon boss. Typically, dragon bosses in Dark Souls are a bit more complicated, and that's, I mean, for good reason. They're dragons, right? Like, they're not supposed to be easy creatures to defeat, and that's why, you know, Gwyn and his knights, tracking them all down and killing them, effectively all of them, basically eradicating them, is such a feat. I just don't want to deal with these dogs, to be perfectly honest. I should probably... I might need some more fire resistance, though ideally I won't be getting hit by very many of those attacks. Oh my gosh. This dog dodges more than I do. There we go. I wish they had made... Is that a chest over there? Oh. Would never have known. I wish they had made a drop down or something to get to calibrate, because this ladder situation is not the most ideal. To be fair though, I should have the ability to slide down it, I just do not know how. Oh my gosh, that was. So I know exactly what happened there as far as my logic and probably the game's logic as well. So in my brain, it's just instinct, like, oh, something is dashing forward, it's gonna come at me, right? Like you'd think it's trying to attack you, it's gonna go in a straight line towards you. So I tried to move, horizontally. The game, however, I believe probably initiated the attack and then corrected because I think it saw a wall near it and it didn't just want to like run into the wall. Oh my gosh. And every time. My reaction time right now is not up to snuff. How did that cause bleed? Oh my gosh. Thank you. Alright, back into the portal we go. While I'm thinking about it, not sure it's on here yet, no. Menus? No, it's not. Yeah, not on here. No, there's literally no explanation in game as to how you do the ladder slide, which I know exists. I know. Oh my goodness gracious! I had to stop and do it. Sometimes I amaze even myself. All right, Calvin, what treat you got for me this time? Are you gonna do your fire attack? Cool. Yeah, no, don't want to get hit by that. Uh-oh. Oh! Uh-oh. Come on, get up. I feel like my controller is like lagged a bit. It's a weird thing to say. Getting greedy. Calamite Slaying. Calamity Ring. Let's go ahead and loot all the other stuff around here. So, there is no soul for Calamite. However, if you do manage to cut off his tail, which is a very difficult task to accomplish, might I add, but you get actually a really, really cool sword. A Titanite slab. That's huge. So that allows me to upgrade something to plus 15. A normal weapon, not a boss weapon or special weapon like this Black Knight sword is. I'm currently at the max upgrade for an item like this. While we're running, let's take a look at the Calamity Ring. A ring enchanted by the orange eye of Calamite, the bringer of calamity. Doubles damage received by its wearer. A useless ring befitting of no finger. Best left unknown, or at least well hidden. So, yes, the ring literally just doubles the damage you take. And actually during the fight, if only Hawkeye were here. So here's just a little subtle hint that maybe go back to Hawkeye Go. Or Goff. Just go back to them. But yeah. That's actually one thing I was saying mid-thought there. Is if you actually, during that fight, he does an attack. I think he did it once, and I dodged it. Where he will basically blast his eye, like the one giant eye in the middle, and you'll be picked up and just kind of take some damage. It's not a lot of damage, but you lose control of your character for that moment. And afterward, he'll put you back down, and you'll have a little symbol over your head for, I think it's like 10 seconds. And during that time, you take double damage. So essentially, for that period of time, as you saw, you are likely to get one shot. Very likely to get one shot. 'Cause double damage is a lot of damage. Oh, I'm actually looking at the timer, and I'm actually going to end this episode right here. I won't bore you with the adventure back, but I will start again when I go talk to Hawkeye Go once again. But thank you everyone so much for watching, and I'll talk to all of you later. Alrighty, see ya! There's something comforting about being back in Dark Souls, you know? I don't know what it is.